Right, so today, first of all, background's changed a bit. I actually have a carpet in my room now, so hopefully we're not getting nearly as many soundproofing issues as we were before. Hopefully the sound is a little bit better. Hopefully we've got books in the background. I thought that would look a bit nice. We've got Pop Funkos and video games. And obviously the posters, they've stayed where they are. They're not going anywhere anytime soon. But yeah, I'm going to talk about Marvels Avengers today because I can't stop talking about it for some reason. This game has done the unthinkable. It's added paid consumables, which is something that we only really see in mobile games, which I guess is why it's so like bad is the best way to say it. This is not a good thing. It's not a good thing to have paid consumables in your game. And the point that people keep bringing up is, oh, it's a PvP game. If it's a PvP game, why are the consumables such a big deal? Why are the consumables a big enough deal to warrant monetizing them, to warrant having a price tag attached to it? Because not enough people care about that part of the game to monetize it. Monetizing skins is somewhat important because when you're playing with your friends, you want your Iron Man to look different, you want your Hulk to look different, you want your Captain America to look different, and plus some of the skins look really cool, so you want to be running around as Captain America Infinity War. You want to be running around as the Iron Man 1 version of Iron Man. You want to be running around as these characters, but the fact that the game is doing this, it is leading way further into the mobile game stratosphere, and this is a full-priced game. Yes, I get that it is on Game Pass now. It has been on PlayStation Plus, or PlayStation Now. It's been on areas where it has been free before, but that does not negate this game coming out and this game for most of its lifespan being a paid game. It's on Xbox Game Pass, but the PlayStation people, if you want to go in and play as Black Panther now on PlayStation and you don't already own the game, you got to pay for it. PC, you got to pay for it. And then you see that, to get a boost to XP, you've got to pay for it. And if you don't, better get your ass to grinding. A lot of players are in a very fortunate spot where the grind doesn't really matter because all of your characters are maxed. But there's a raid coming out. There's going to be reworks to almost every piece of gear and everything in the game. And you're going to monetize what we need. You're going to monetize the way the game works, the leveling system. This isn't an MMORPG. This isn't a mobile game. This isn't even a PvP game. This isn't Fortnite. This isn't a free game that you can just boot up and then you get these ads for. We are literally this close to having the pop-up ads for like bundles to come in when you literally, like how when you boot up Marvel Future Fight on your iOS device or on your phone, it comes up with all the new Thor skin or all this, all that for a premium price of 300 in-game currency. I can't even be bothered to find out what the in-game currency is called at this point. I've been playing the game for so long, I've literally forgotten what the in-game currency is called. I don't care, because this just seems like unnecessary. It just seems unneeded. It just seems like something they've done purposefully to just make the player base go, what? Why? Why now? You know, and it comes with the game being free on Game Pass, which is why this is so scummy, because you've just had a new bunch of players and you're taking advantage of that by monetizing the way that the game is played. Literally the most important part of the game being an RPG, you know, you're monetizing the leveling system, which is beyond terrible. Let's just put it this way. In terms of how I feel with Avengers at this point, I haven't played the game for a good month and a bit. I haven't played the game since Black Panther came out. To be completely honest, I've been playing Darksiders. I've actually taken breaks off of streams just because I couldn't, be bothered. After Black Panther came out, we had that week of really good content, and then it just kind of fizzled out, just kind of went away. And that's not what you really want after an expansion, after a big character like Black Panther comes out, for your player base's hype to just fizzle away. And I know you're doing these things like 4 times XP or this, that, the other, and it's free on Xbox, but I'm not an Xbox player. And when you're catering your game so much, especially in this part of the year, why would Xbox people want to get the game for free when they can't play as the most popular character in Marvel Comics? Why would you do that? It just seems like dumb decision after dumb decision. The dumbest being to put SpiderMan to make him an exclusive to one version of the game. This is going back to PS3 and Xbox 360 Ben 10 games level is stupid. Well, at least they had an exclusive per console. That's what this reminds me of. It reminds me of the old Ben 10 games where you get Forearms exclusive on Xbox, but on PlayStation you get Wrath, or on DS you'd get Upchuck as an exclusive character, and on Wii you'd get nothing because Wii sucks. But it just seems like that kind of mentality coming into Marvel seems so stupid to me. And why would you monetize consumables? Why would you monetize something that is the core part of your game? That's what I don't understand. It just seems like, why bring them in the first place? Why have that be a feature, and now why monetize it? Putting it in the bundles is scummy, but it's not that bad, really, is it? If you're putting them in a bundle for $6.25 in-game currency, and you're getting 4 Hulk skins as well, you're paying for the Hulk skins and the consumable as a bonus. It's like how you pay for an action figure, and you get you pay for an action figure of SpiderMan, and you get a trading card with it, or you get or how the old Marvel Legends would give you a comic with the figure. That's kind of what this is. It's like the consumable is the comic. You don't buy the figure for the comic, but the comic is a nice thing to have as well. But yeah, that just seems like making that the solo purchase, and having that be the price of 4 nameplates seems very scummy to me, and it seems like this game is leading towards a more like pay to win aspect, and that scares me a lot as someone who just does not spend money on games past entry fee, past DLC. I just will not spend money on games. I won't spend money on cosmetics. I won't spend money on consumables. That's just something I will not do. So where does that see me with Marvel's Avengers? It puts me at a place where I'm still taking a break. I'm taking a break till SpiderMan, to be honest. Nothing will get me to play the game until SpiderMan's out. I don't care if people want me to go in depth with this in a stream. I just don't have... There is not enough content in this game to fill an hour stream. There just isn't. And that's the biggest frustration with me, is even after the big content dump that was War for Wakanda, there is not enough content and not enough stuff to do. By the time you've done all your dailies, you've been playing the game for 20 minutes, and that's enough. You know, one mission of this game has me bored, unless if it's part of the narrative, but the narrative's done. The narrative's done until, at the nearest, January. Which is so much of a missed opportunity, because you have no character coming out until at most at nearest January. You have Spider-Man, but that's one console. One console is getting Spider-Man for the foreseeable future. Which the way this game is going, you won't make it to Christmas of next year. I'm sorry, but the way your game is going, alienating the people that are literally selling your game, it's so ridiculous. I don't understand it, and you have nothing to show for the rest of the year. This month is pointless. This month is a pointless month for Marvel's Avengers, and that should never be the case with a game like this. You should never have to say, right, I can skip this month, I can just not play for a single day and I will be fine. I've had to find other games. I've had to makeshift my own marathon for my Twitch to just have stuff to upload, because there's nothing on Marvel's Avengers, and it's so frustrating because I built my Twitch stream thing around Marvel's Avengers. At least that's what the aim was. The aim was to lead this channel into creating content about Marvel's Avengers. And unfortunately, there is not enough content to make content on. That's what annoys me so much. There is not enough stuff to talk about. It's come to the point where we are a year and a bit into the life cycle of this game, and we're still making top 5 what we want to come into Marvel's Avengers. Top 5 characters we want, top 5 skins we want, top 5 villains we want, top 5 areas we want. And we've been a year into the game. This stuff should have been put into the game, or at least implemented, or at least one of the 5 things we mention should be in the game. And it's not. Instead, paid cosmetics, paid consumables. Paid cosmetics I get, because they're not making money from anywhere else. But paid consumables, it's just such a why, what the fuck, why would you do this kind of thing. And I will see what the raid brings, I will see what Spider-Man has to offer, and if the raid doesn't slap, if Spider-Man is not the greatest thing since sliced bread, I swear I'm done. I'm done, because I'm sick and tired of putting time into a game that does not even want to put anything into itself. That's how dumb this is. That's how stupid this is at this point. We are a year into the game and we still haven't got some of the stuff we still haven't got most of the stuff we were promised at launch. You know, Spider-Man was promised for 2021. Putting him in December 2021 is the biggest cop-out ever. And you say, it's because the movie's coming out. People didn't even know the Spider-Man movie was coming out until... That can't have been planned. That can't have been planned until the announcement was out, because Spider-Man wasn't in that roadmap. No Way Home was not in that roadmap of MCU movies for Phase 4. It wasn't. So you can't have planned outright when you put that sticker on the box that said Spider-Man 2021. You can't have been like, right, we're going to put him into the game at this point. You could have just been like, right, we'll see what Spider-Man stuff pops up and we'll launch him to coincide with that. And it just happened to be that the one Spider-Man thing that came out this year was at the end of the year. Now, that may probably work for you. You might get people like, I just saw the Spider-Man movie, now I'm going to buy a PS5 to be able to play as my favourite character. That seems so stupid. That seems so dumb. There are not people that are Xbox players that care enough to buy, or that have enough money to buy an extra console. I know I'm not going to be able to. I can't just go and get a PS5 because I want to play as Spider-Man. I'm lucky enough to own a PS4, and thankfully the servers haven't shut down yet. But yeah, the vast amount of people that are going to want to play as Spider-Man will want to play the PS5 version just because it's the best. It's the best version. I mean, there's PC, but then you don't get Spider-Man. There's emulation, but that's borderline illegal. There's hacking the game files, but that's also borderline illegal. So, you know, what are we meant to do? You know, it's shit decision after shit decision after, you know, so much, you know, just so much middlemaning, so much guys in suits just saying, right, this game needs to make money, it needs to make money now. How do we make money now? And, you know, the game model itself and the way it was presented at E3 was like, this will not be a predatory game. This will not be a game that's surrounded by guys in suits going, how do we make money now? It was presented as a game that was like, right, we won't charge for anything outside of the cosmetics. And we were like, yeah, that makes sense, because I'd rather get free content than get free skins and have to pay for content every so often. And let me tell you, if the DLC stuff that we were given had been paid, I would want a refund. I would want a refund on almost all of it, because there is no way that the stories that we've been given would have been worth any more than £10. And if they'd have been, and DLC is usually charged 30, and that would have been 20 over what it should be. So yeah, I'm at a place with this game where I'm like, I just don't want to log on. And that was outside of the predatory like monetization. But you know, even more stuff that I hear about this game, and even more stuff that I see. You know, only a few months ago we were getting like PS5 players getting their IP addresses shown on the game. You know, the game still needs to make up for that, and it hasn't. It's, in my mind, that being allowed to come out in the game is worse than monetizing consumables, because monetizing consumables does not put anyone at risk, but it's just a scummy practice, and it's just taking money off of people that are, you know, that want to come into the game and play as their favorite Avengers, and not to mention who are going to be playing this game. Who are going to be playing this game when SpiderMan comes in? That's right, kids. It's going to be kids taking their wallets off of their parents to what? Level up? That's a worry. That's a big worry. And, you know, when it comes to using these predatory monetizing aspects and using them for kids that don't know better, because that is the people that you are going to entice. That might not be the target, but that is a big part of, you know, the superhero fan base is kids. Let's not beat around the bush. And kids will want to play as Iron Man. They want to play as Captain America. They want to play as Spider-Man when he comes out. So, by doing this, you're then encouraging kids to pay for, you know, pointless shit in a video game, which should be fun, but at this point is not fun. If the content was better, if the content was more frequent, if there was stuff to do 1 year into the game, then I would be able to glance this off and say, right, yeah, they can get away with that because everything else is so solid. Right now, what do we have? We have a decent combat system, and we have some good cosmetics, which are monetized. So yeah, there is no light at the end of the tunnel apart from this raid. But can one mission save so much copious amounts of shit, or will this be just a ribbon on top of a pig? Will this just be a ribbon on top of a pig at this point? And it sucks because it was only a couple of months ago that I was making a video. It was only last month that I was making a video saying how much I liked this game, and how much I cared for the future of this game. And within a month, my feelings toward this game have gone from hope to, fuck's sake, you need something soon. So yeah, that's where I leave this video. I leave this video with, fuck's sake, the content that you bring out in the latest parts of the year, and the content that you bring out in January, February, March, better slap. And I tell you this, if you don't release a roadmap on Christmas Day, and if that roadmap does not, you know, blow us all the way with the amount of quality content that is on it, and it's not the most detailed thing in the world, I'm done. I'm going to Midnight Suns. I'm going to fucking Gotham Knights. I genuinely will be done with this game, because there is just nothing. There's just nothing there. keeping me hooked. There's nothing keeping me hooked. I have been waiting for a year and a bit for that one piece of content, that one game mode that will keep me hooked and keep me playing. And we're a year in, and there is no content, and there is just copious amounts of bugs, amounts of predatory monetary things, and shit cosmetics after shit cosmetics that are monetized, and fucking so much shit and not enough good stuff. I'm sorry that this video has to be so negative. I didn't want my first video with the new setup to be this negative, but I had to say it. I'm sorry I've ranted for so long, but yeah, this had to be said. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll see you guys over on my Twitch streams. Peace.